Okay, so you took both of your spark plugs out, number one, number two, get a new set. They're about $4, $4.50 each. I always have, well, I usually always have four, two on the bike and two in their original boxes. So if it does come up to this situation where I'm riding, stopping for a break, going for a coffee or something, and the bike doesn't want to start anymore, but it sounds like the spark plugs, it could happen. So I always have a second set of spark plugs plus the ratchet on the bike so that I'm able to switch it up and just come back home, no problem. The way this thing works, it's got numbers on it, okay? On both sides, this side and that side. You can use either one. I know for a fact that the Virago needs a measurement of 32 on the gauge. If I take a look at it here, you see 20s here, 30s there, and 32. So if I take a look at my old spark plug, it should give me a measurement of about 32. So I squeeze that high without forcing it. It's giving me 32, just a bit short. The other one should give me the same thing. Yeah, 32-ish. So the new one is factory made, right? A robot did it, a machine. This doesn't mean that the 32 isn't bang on, but still, if you have to correct it, you're able to correct it. So I'll take the new one. The new one comes like this, right? You're going to receive it, it's going to look like this in the box, right? So take the cardboard off, put it on the gauge itself, the tool, put it on the very edge like this, on the slimmest side, and push it upwards. It's giving me 32.5, which is not that bad. If it was like 40 something, I can use this tool and just put it on the table and push it downwards like this to squeeze it closer, or if I need more spacing, I'll force it up the scale in order to get a bigger spacing between the very tip of the spark and the very edge. But for now, for the machine, it did a pretty good job. And I'm at 32, 33, which is very acceptable. Second thing you got to do, see here and see that? Not the same, right? But this you can take off. Long nose right over here, pliers, and just spin it out. You can use your fingers. And there's your connector right there. You do not need this part anymore. So once that's done, make sure you got your spacer on it, right? On the old one we had the spacer. Now the new one we still got the spacer. You put it inside the bike. Back where we took it first, right? So spark plug inside the hole. There's not a left side spark plug or a right side spark plug. They're basically the same on both sides. You just make sure that if you switch one, switch the other, and you need one on each side. So once you spin that in, start with my hands, no problem. At one point it's going to become tough. It's going to be harder to spin around. At this point you use your tool, which I'm looking for. It's on the upside on the ground. So use your tool, which is 13 and 16th. If you're able to give it a couple more turns. After that, ratchet, put it in there. You twist it until it locks down like this. See, I can't go anymore. Give it not even a quarter turn. That's it. That's more than enough. You don't need more than that. Once that's done, the cover where the electricity, problems with that word, where the electricity is going to go and come from, put it back on, and you're going to feel it squeeze in. Listen. You hear that? You heard? That's because it went over and connected to this part over here. Here, listen. You might not hear it, but that's what just happened. So the spark plug was switched out. Do the same operation on the other side. Once both of the caps, the black rubber caps are back on, give the bike a start. So, any problems whatsoever, let me know. There is one small trick I used to do when I had a scooter way back then. If you switched out the spark plugs and the bike still doesn't want to start, what you do, this is what I did. Use a syringe, take a bit of gas out of the gas tank, put it in the syringe, and shoot it in the hole before putting the spark plug in. Just a bit of gas. Once that's done, put in the spark plug, put the cap back on. Repeat for the other side. Once that's done, start the bike. It'll start. It'll kick-start the bike, and then your spark plug will be able to function. This is what I used to do on my scooter. On my bike, never had any problems once I switched out the spark plugs. So next stop, I'll show you how to check pressure in the tires. So stay safe. If anybody's got any suggestions or whatever, check out all my other videos. The adjustment of clutch, the brake fluid, the drive shaft fluid, the engine fluid, brake pads. Just check them out, fool around, and I also have a couple of goofy ones which I did. Some of them are in French though. Anyway, so be safe and have fun.